excited. This took about a year in development, and I played Vic Firth when I was in my teens, so it's like coming back to home, family, you know. I used to play a 5B in American Classic Rock, and what this is, it's a combination between the two, I think. With an acorn tip, we rounded off the butts at the very bottom, because when I play, I kind of hold them down in here, so I had to have like a little comfortable grip going on. Taper at the top, a little bit thicker up top. But the balance is really great for like rock, hard rock, and metal drumming. But also if you're playing lighter stuff, you know, buzz rolls and very dynamic things, it's got a really good control. And it took, like I said, it took about a year of trial and error, but I really think that we come up with a really great stick. So I'd love everyone to try them out. Go to vicfirth.com to order them there or your local store.
Very cool. So you played those last night at the Hurry.
Yes. Yeah, it was fun. You know, I love doing the jam things, you know. Korn is always so busy with our schedules that, like, I love branching off doing other things. Like, I have a side band called KXM.
Right.
You know, with George Lynch. Yeah, Doug Pinnick. And we're actually going to start working on a second record. And so when I'm asked to do, like, Bonzo Bash and Rush, and I'm doing Rainy Roads tribute on Saturday, it's awesome to play that, because that's all the stuff we grew up to, you know. Pay homage to Neil. I mean, he's like one of the best of all time. And playing on his kind of replica kit, and tonight we're playing a Bonzo replica kit. It's just fun, man. It's just fun to do that. I didn't want to get off there. I wanted to play more than one song, you know.
Yeah, you did a killer solo too.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
It was hard though. Was it? Yeah, it's hard to play. Because everything was just like out of reach, and you know, it's like driving. You know, you can drive someone else's car, but not like driving your own. You know. So, the only thing I was struggling with a little bit, it was how spaced out the kit was, you know, because it was a little bit like the songs I've been listening to for decades, but I went to sound check yesterday and actually got to go through it one time, and then, you know, so that helped a little. I'm on a new record called Madam Mayhem, and Billy played everything, he produced it, and I played all the drums on it. She's really doing good. I mean, it's come out really good sounding. It's like it kind of has Evanescence feel to it, but there's many different styles on there, and we had a really good time making that record. So, and I'm on Billy's last solo record. So me and Billy always seem to find time in our busy schedules to play with each other. It's really fun.
Did you play on that last Daily Rock album that hasn't come out yet?
I played on DLR Band, Diamond Dave, all the live stuff that he released, and that was about it. My last year was 05 for Dave, so anything past that I'm not on it. It's one of my favorite things I've ever done, you know. Not only the DeLeo brothers beautiful songwriters, but they're awesome people, you know, and good East Coast, I'm from Pittsburgh, Richard's from Ohio, those two are from New Jersey, so we had a good time doing that. We're actually talking about an AOA 2, if the stars align someday, you know, actually, you know, it's almost been 10 years since that last record, and we like each other way too much not to do something, so we can find in our busy schedule someday, I'm hoping to do another record, you know.
So how long were you in Daily Rock?
8 years.
8 years.
Yeah, I played with Dave from 97 to 05.
So you were in the band with Joe Holmes?
No.
No, okay, you weren't.
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
Bart Walsh from the Atomic Punks was in when I first got in.
Okay.
John Five actually did most of the record, and then Brian Young, who was also in the Atomic Punks, was in my last years with Dave. You know, James Lorenzo played bass, Todd Jensen, and yeah, you got to be on your mark with Dave. You can't be slouching. You know, he's very particular about his show, and I learned a lot from that guy. You know, I call it the School of Rob. So I'm the original drummer in Steel Panther.
Right.
Yeah. So not a lot of people know that. They don't believe it, but I was in a band called Metal Shop back in the mid-90s to late 90s, and you know, did the wigs and the Target shirt, and playing, you know, the 12 people at the Viper Room.
It was like the Boogie Nights of metal, right?
Absolutely, yeah. I did Boogie Nights, I did Spasmatics, I did Anthem, the 70s classic rock, and I paid my bills for many years, you know, playing, you know, so I was not into it at the beginning because I was like, man, this is stupid. We're, you know, got wigs on, we're playing Motley Crue and Whitesnake covers. What are we doing, you know? And then all of a sudden, like Chad Smith from the Peppers would show up, and Steven Tyler, and all these people, and they started sitting in with the band. You know, we did Walk This Way with Steven Tyler. The next thing you know, the buzz around Hollywood was like, why is there a celebrity showing up to this Viper Room cover night on a Monday night at midnight? Next thing you know, lines down both sides of the boulevard, selling out, and I got to a point in my original band, and David Lee Roth was touring so much that I was missing so much of it that my sub, their leader, became the full-time member, and now they're still killing it. They do great out there. I'll show up at a festival in London, and I'll see David, Steel Panther and Korn, right across from each other. It's awesome. They're my bros. I love them. Yeah, I'm very blessed to have it. I've only been playing drums for a living for the last 25 years, and it's been a hard road. It's not easy, but it's if you stay positive, you lean forward, you show up on time, and you stay away from all the substance stuff. And I'm one of those guys that never did a drug in my life. I'm all about the music 100%. So that's my belief is that the music takes me way higher than any drug will ever get me. So it's like that's always been my opinion. To be a lifer in the longevity of a career. You know what I mean? A lot of my quote rock star friends they peak and then they just do this. And I wanted to make sure I was doing this till the day I died. Thanks to all the fans that supported me in my career throughout, especially the Korn fans that have taken me in the last 9 years. I know it's a hard thing to do. I'm a fan myself, and I know what it's like when a new singer of Alice in Chains, and then you get member switches are always hard. So, but also the fans have to remember there's a reason people get new people. Sometimes, like in my situation, the former drummer actually quit the band. So when someone quits like that, and someone comes in and keeps the band going, it's hard for the fans to digest. And I'm the same way, But when I see somebody new playing in my favorite band, I don't want to see that, But it's also a thing of keeping the legacy going. I saw Journey recently, and seeing that Philip, he's such an amazing singer, and a lot of people knock on him, and he's phenomenal. The guy's so amazing. Yeah, I know. So I'd just like to thank all the fans that accepted me and keep on supporting music. We're starting a big tour at the end of April, so go on Korn.com. We're starting in Mexico and go all of Europe in the summer, and then we're coming back to the States in the fall. So we've got a brand new record coming out probably the end of spring and beginning of summer, and a new KXM record will be out by the end of the year too. So I'm very excited. Favorite Rush song, dang. I Free Will's in my head because I just played that last night. That's definitely one of them. Sebastian Bach sang it last night. Red Barchetta, that's such a cool song. Such a weird song. But you know what? I'm a fan of the new stuff. I love Nick Raskulinecz produced the last 2 records, and they're phenomenal. I love Fog Cry, and I love a bunch of, the first 3 tracks on the brand new record are so amazing. It's on fire. So I'm a fan of the new Rush. It's got to be Achilles' Last Stand. That's what I'm doing tonight. Oh, yeah. So I love that. It's just there's something about that song. 11 minutes long, and it's just ruthless and energy, and I don't know. There's something about it, but there's something about that song I love. In My Time of Dying, there's something special about that song too. I used to play in Physical Graffiti till my arms fell off as a kid. And there's something about that. Physical Graffiti is one of my favorite Zeppelin records. So.
Well, okay, last question. Favorite Ozzy song?
I'm doing Mr. Crowley on Saturday, but that's not my favorite. I love, man, when you No More Tears is such a commercial kind of song. But when you hear Zach Wild's tone on that tune, that guitar tone to this day is still one of my favorite guitars. I'm such a huge Ozzy freak, but it's got to be something from the first 2 records. Probably I love Flying High Again. Guitar, just the way that vibe, that tune is. I don't know, it's got to be that or Over the Mountain. Appreciate it. Thank you.